Switching it up a little bit. Alright, you guys need to chill. I'm removing my earpiece.
You guys are going to be doing this for a long time.
Earpiece removed. You can see it removed. Earpiece removed. And it's back.
Just why? just why?
I don't know, dude. This is what I deal with every day. Welcome to the pain.
You guys are slowly breaking Fogged. And for the
already
good of
lost
Dota
my
2,
mind.
please go easy on poor Yanni's.
If you go back to the first VODs of DreamLeague, he's such a brighter, happier boy. And now, after a month of us, he's crushed.
All right.
Hey, they did it!
Oh, we should get going.
Woo, as we kind of expected. And what was the other one I grabbed? I grabbed Jakiro, but that wasn't for VP. This one was for Secret. Maybe VP takes it, though. But they make grab the Sonar! Back to the Gambit.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
we
let's
know
get the
this
Sonar
combo
out.
well.
The Gambit.
Do they
Was this
grab the
the,
Jakiro for?
Or the Shadow Fiend
Secret?
combo.
For
with
Secret?
The Clockwork.
Let's see.
Could they just grab Shadow Fiend?
I don't know. I mean, that's what teams
You
seem
wouldn't
to be.
dare.
Oh, I think they would there.
Who would dare to grab second pick Shadow Fiend with Clockwork? No one has the hubris.
What crazy madness is this?
Ember Spirit.
Ember, okay. We've seen quite a few Ember bans this week, but have not seen as much Ember being played, actually.
Damn it, where's the Jakiro?
But a classic for mid one.
Sure.
Tried and true.
Pretty terrifying. Probably the most terrifying Ember Spirit player I can think of right now, except
Yeah.
for Jackie Lamau. So.
Jackie Lamau.
He's
terrifying for unarmed players in the game, yeah.
For a little stretch.
Pretty interesting to see them grab it up in the first two, though. Last time they picked their mid just because they saw the other mid. This time, though, they just like, really wanted the Ember Spirit versus this Darkseer Slaughter combo, since you can kind of like dodge those. If you're very attentive to your hero, you can always like slight and chain, or slight and remnant out, I mean.
Yeah, that's true. They've got two really good ways to deal with the sprint and the surge, but between Cogs and the Searing Chains.
Yeah, I think they just, like last game, like they picked these two very elusive cores, right? The Queen of Pain and the Morphling, so maybe they're going for that just like similar type of approach to like, okay, they're not going to have crazy type of lockdown, etc. So why are you guys giggling over there?
I just
Nothing?
Brax with that helmet on. He just looks
It is
so
pretty
miserable to be the police chief. It's just like he's like 1 year out from retirement and he completely hates his life and he's just hanging on to get that full fat pension.
I have to watch over all you idiots.
It's a tough job, man. I wouldn't want to
tough.
be the sheriff of this town either.
All right, so as far as information, though, we don't really get much at a VP's draft so far. A very common combo here.
Yeah. There's still a Terrorblade.
There is
What I'm
still a
looking at.
Terrorblade.
I think both sides
There's
could
still a
certainly
tree
pick a
at-
Terrorblade.
And still, yeah, Tree's made it pretty far.
Still a Mankey King.
We're not seeing that guy.
Monkey King's
Yeah.
not a hero.
Yeah.
in this
He's
patch.
out.
He's on life support. He's done.
Crystal Maiden and Lifestealer banned out. How big of an impact did the CM have in that last game? Obviously, we talked about the jungle changes,
huge.
sort of a nerf to CM, but it seems like Puppy was able to get a lot done.
Yeah, the freezing fields were pretty big.
The aura,
Obviously,
in
gone
the laning
kills. Oh,
phase.
yeah, the
That
mana
aura.
yeah.
Lane too.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's mid one pretty much like his rotations came out so much crisper because he just didn't have to like, you know, he went bottom, got that kill, then he goes back mid, didn't have to go back to base, he even goes jungle, and then he's ready to go again, then he moves bottom right away afterwards, so he didn't have to go back to base too often because of that aura benefit.
It's one of my favorite things that you say, Fogged.
What?
Crisp. Crisp.
I know, I love saying that one actually. I gotta get that out of my, I gotta get
Crisp
that one
and
out of there.
cute are my two favorites from you. Oh,
Which one,
that was
Crisp and
cute.
who? Cute? Oh, cute.
Oh,
that cute
That was
effort.
a cute little move there. That's my favorite Foggisms.
Yeah, I used to say ambitious a lot, but people were saying that I flame.
Ambitious?
That was like flaming, so I stopped saying ambitious.
Well,
as
that
much.
was ambitious.
That's like
Wait, how was that? Oh, well,
That
people
is a pretty
flame-
good flame. I like that
That's
one.
good. Very
That's
PC
a very
flame.
ambitious play, you know.
that's
It's
like the interesting, you know.
yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one's running down for my pubs from now on. That was an ambitious feed.
Fogged has the genuine excitement, though. We heard it in that Elder Titan stacking madness in the first series. This is legit. This is crazy.
I want to see that again. That
Yeah,
was
that was good.
legit.
See,
They
he's
let it
making the
break
face right now.
That was legit. I get excited. Dude,
They could pick it here. Darkseer all
See
the
a
time.
smile, and then it goes away again forever.
Then he remembers where he is.
Then I remember where I am, and then I see slacks, and, it's just,
Oh,
and then I look at this hat on my head, and I'm like, what am I doing in my life?
it's an ambitious hat.
283.
Well, VP took a lot of time to ban out that troll. Only 30 seconds left of reserve, and
Oh, no.
Ursa now the ban from Secret, the hero that we've seen Virtus Pro play a lot. And of course, with Darkseer, it's a pretty nasty combo. Ion Shell Surge makes that Ursa bear even scarier.
Hard for Ember Spirit to lane versus Ursa as well.
Yeah, very, very hard.
There we go. The CIS sustain man.
The Oglogi himself.
The
Team
old
fight.
Foggy. The Logie with the Mogi.
Solo Warlock.
Warly. Solo Warlock? Is that legit?
The player.
Well, the player.
Oh. Okay.
Jesus, dude. At least pretend you know who's on which team.
How dare you! I can name everyone on both teams.
I'm sure.
Do it.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's
Oh, you guys think you're so funny.
give us that VP roster, Slacks.
You
Just
guys
hit us.
think you're so funny.
thinking,
Look at
oh,
me.
there's a new thing.
Luckily for me, I just watched True Sight. So you got No
Aye.
One, Lil, Nine Pasha, and the other. Oh my God! Wait a second. Jakiro got picked up. Oh shit.
Oh, where's Jakiro? Okay, cool.
Oh my
I
God!
had that
it
one
was
grabbed before and then I
Jakiro.
put him
Fog,
away.
tell us about all the Jakiro
It's a
stuff.
9K deflection right there.
9K.
That was
I'm
pretty
sorry.
good.
It was a hype pick there.
Jakiro.
So why is Secret favor the Jakiro so much more than anyone else? Is it something that had to do with their team
Well,
play?
if you watch Starlight, everyone's favouring it.
Starlighter, everyone's looking at this
Everyone's
hero.
looking at it.
I
now.
don't watch it if it's not on DreamLeague.
Fair enough. That's a good point. So Jakiro, just strong laner. He got that slight little buff to dual breath, the cast range, like the distance that it travels. But the main thing is he's just a very strong laner.
Oh, the CIS.
yes.
The Ramsey Sven. I mean, back when he kind of first came onto the scene and was playing with these pro teams, Sven. No, it was Sven and Jaro for Ramses. You know, he is such a good Sven player.
And this hero,
He's great now.
I think this hero is like ridiculous. You get 800 health from your level 18 talent. You're even at level 6, you get like strength treads and your Mask of Madness. You get like you use your ult and you're pretty much sitting at 2,000 HP. He's extremely durable, strong hero, especially with the Dark Seer. I think that's like the bigger combination thing. And they even have a corrosive haze from
Nice,
Slaughter
so
on
good.
top. So
And this is a game already where you get a BKB. What are those three heroes going to do? Absolutely nothing. The Sven is invincible. Secret, they definitely know the answers to the Sven, I feel. I mean, how do you compensate? You've got a lot of magic damage. Where do you look to balance it off with something to deal with the Sven?
you pressure him in the lane though. That's the
Okay.
thing. Is
You
we're
make
probably
sure you
going
don't
to
get to
see
that
them
point,
do
yeah.
some type of like dual lane thing. They
Okay.
grab a Nyx actually into it. That's
So it is going to be the Yaps or Clock this game? Are we thinking them?
I do
and,
believe so.
The Kezu Nyx Assassin.
I
So
do think
Seems
so.
like
Yeah.
it.
yeah, there we go.
They did this earlier the other day actually in I don't remember what league it was, but Secret played these kind of heroes. So
Why the Nyx Assassin here, though, of all the other offlaners they could have chosen?
It causes maybe issues for VP in terms of what they want to play in the mid lane. You know, it puts them, you know, there's high-end heroes left that they may have wanted to go for, like the OD or Invoker to...
That's fair.
good to find the Warlock in the back lines.
Yeah, you've already got, what, two high-end heroes already on VP, so a lot of burst for them. And
And it's good against Dark Seer as well.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Also prevents the OD pick. Huh?
Yeah.
Kind of hedging their bets. Okay.
And it's also very good against the Sven. You know, before the Sven gets the BKB, it's very hard for him to just jump in and start slashing away with the ultimate. You've got a good amount of stuns with the Spike Carapace and the Impale to hold him back.
Why are you giving us crickets? What? That was a great point.
Because he's a bug and the
He's a
crickets
bug.
are bugs.
Oh,
You
I
get it?
No, there's different species of bug.
Well, they're still bugs.
Okay.
Morphling 5th ban by Virtus Pro. They're not going to get fooled again. And that is one hero that can deal with the Sven. You know, once he comes online, that E-Blade, it's pretty nasty for the Rogue Knight.
Oh yeah, just make an illusion of him and have him kill his own team.
Yeah, that works too.
Perfect.
Oh, smart ban. And a DK ban now out of Secret. So limiting some of the pushing power for Virtus Pro.
Do you guys really like the Nyx pick that much? It's
No.
like,
No, it's horrible.
I'm not crazy
I
about
mean,
it right
me
now.
asking why picking it here is a nice way of saying I think this sucks.
I mean, it feels like when that Sven gets the BKB still, it's going to be game over for Secret.
yeah, like they have nothing against it, right? They have the clockwork hook shot, but he's gonna get like 3 hit.
How do they kill a BKB Sven?
I guess the one good thing about Nyx is that he can run through the jungle invis when Sven wants to like farm jungle like half the game
Okay.
and
Right.
stack
Keep
and
eyes on
everything.
him.
But
Yeah.
Sven probably sits at full HP while he jungles with Mask of Madness, even farming like the biggest stacks. So
Solo usually like sits around him too, so just like throwing
Yeah.
shadow words on him, maybe even fatal bonding the ancients to make it die even quicker, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not crazy about the next bit, but they did do it the other day and they had pretty good success with it. But yeah, into VP's heroes, I think it's a little.
I mean,
bit
what is
dubious.
MP going to... Oh, he's going to go for the
Oh,
Medusa.
Medusa
Okay.
versus the Sven. Yeah.
So you've got a little bit of a late game answer in physical damage, but again, Medusa, you know, it takes time to get to the point where she's going to be able to hurt a Sven. You know what I mean? This isn't a hero that just jumps up and instantly has a good amount of physical damage.
And Sven's also a hero that can fight early too, right? He can go
Yeah.
for like armlet or Mask of Madness, combative items where at 15 minutes he's in with the 5-man, dropping stuns, hitting hard.
Going for the late game though. They are drafting just heavy for late game with that, but I think VP can actually kind of like steamroll
and
with this, and Invoker gets picked up.
I really
so.
feel this is such a hard game for Secret.
Yeah.
This looks like just such a great draft from VP. I mean, if Secret win with this, absolutely, you know, all my prison hats off to them. But this looks like a hard game.
The one thing the VP has that might be a little bit of a weakness is that they really need the starter Blink Dagger before they can really get things going. Sven's going to farm jungle, Darkseer's going to lane until he has all of his items. Mid lane's Invoker, slow hero as well, so...
Bit of a greedy lineup. They need a lot of farm.
Yeah, it feels like their lineup begins at like 15 or 20 minutes.
Okay.
So that could be a big weakness, but just depends what happens.
Okay, so predictions, Slacks, who's taking it? Game 2.
Ooh, you know, I like Sven a lot, but I don't think he's going to be any good in the pro games. So, surprisingly enough, I'm going to be going with Secret. I think Deucey's going to be on the Lucy.
Okay.
Go!
Brax, who's taking it?
I'm going to go with VP. I think they have tons of AoE damage, enough to deal with the Medusa and pretty much everyone else, so...
I'll go with VP as well. I think Secret have a chance, but they're going to need to dominate these lanes if they're going to take it. We'll see what happens. This is Game 2, Secret versus VP. Let's jump into it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to myself and Fogden. We're ready to take you through Game 2 now. Virtus Pro versus Secret. We've just seen the 2 drafts. Against something a little different to what we had in Game 1. Kind of what we expected as well. You know, you said VP are going to more likely look to play as a team. They've definitely got the lineup that says we're going to be playing and we're going to be fighting as a team at a certain point. And Secret with this lineup, as we mentioned, pretty much full out on the magical.
Yes.
They need to do well from the start, and they can do. I mean, it is indeed what Yap's playing the clockwork. They got Yap on the clock, and this already is a great hero to really disrupt the lanes and slow down the pace that the VP are going to hope to get early on.
Yeah, for sure. So no one actually sunstruck the fountain right away, and he saw Clockwork TPing toward top lane, and they pinged exactly pretty much where he warded. So they have a feeling that they know where that one is going to be. Another sunstrike coming out. Get on MP, solo. Might actually get brought down here. The battery assault. Are they able to get the stun follow-up? And yeah, he's dead.
Yep. One of the upsides of Secret's lineup, a lot of damage at the early levels. First blood for Midbomb once again. We saw him get it in Game 1. He's going to get it again here in Game 2. Give him a bit of a boost to the starting the lane at the beginning. I mean, how is he going to do in lane against it? It feels like this could be a hard lane for him if he doesn't get some help.
For who? Which one?
In the middle, for the Ember Spirit against the Invoker.
Yeah, he gets right-clicked pretty hard, but now he's got the Poor Man's Shield starting out from the bat with like a little bit extra regen because he gets the first blood, so that helps a bit, but no one is a specialist at this kind of laning matchup. He's done it a billion times. Mid one has too, but I really like the way that no one actually does do this matchup. And he also has the setup around the map. They have the Slaughter Crush, they have the Sven stun, so he can maybe potentially get some Sunstrike kills with that.
Oh, fight for the bounty rune here. Ramses will grab it, but Little's actually falling pretty low. He gets surrounded, and again, Secret trying to use their best ability to get these kills early on, and I think they may just get it with one more right click. They do. Lil's brought down. They'll surround Soli. In fact, he's going to have battery assault again. They could chase for this, couldn't they?
He's got long cooldown.
Oh, look at the slow. Yeah, you're right. The cooldown on the battery assault isn't going to be there, but in fact, the rundown on the right clicks, it's going to be close, but Soli gets the Shadow Word out once again in time, so he will live.
So they do go the aggro lane versus the Sven, though.
I was going to say, I like this. I mean, putting in the Medusa in a lane against the Sven, it does make the Sven's life pretty tricky. That, you know, once he gets a couple of levels on that snake, it's very hard for any sort of melee core to deal with.
Snipe the courier. Oh my God, he's gonna get it. He's not gonna get it.
Yeah, even with the brown boots, they're not fortunately fast enough on the clockwork.
But yeah, this was kind of the approach that we touched on a little bit in the panel. That you see the Sven picked up, you see the Slaughter picked up. It's a dual melee tri-lane with the Sven. The way to deal with him is to pressure him early on, and Nyx Assassin versus Darkseer bottom. Nyx does just fine with that. Once he gets the mana burn level up, he can always sustain quite well versus the Darkseer. But now Darkseer, though, with the new Mangle kind of thing into soloing, it's pretty good for him.
Hey, look at this Yapso just running around. Well, actually may be in trouble this time around. In fact, with the Shadow Word taking him down, I think Yapso's going to go down here. One more touch, and that should be enough. Yapso pays with his life, and even though he was kind of responsible for setting up the first 2 kills, he can't afford to do that. You know, coming up into the aggressive tri-lane and giving kills to VP's defensive. A little bit of a misplay there.
Yeah.
Will cost him. This bottom lane, Pasha, Darkseer, Kezu, Nyx Assassin, or what do we expect from this?
like I said, like the mana burn, you know,
The
he can do okay. Yeah. He can farm under it as long as he doesn't tank too much of the Ion Shell, but I think Darkseer wins this one because he can just be more efficient. He can pull the side, stack it, farm with Ion Shell. He can just get a lot more farm out of it. But Nyx, you know, you still get, like, you're going to get, like, your Arcane boost and you're going to get your levels, which is the big things that you want. So, yeah, but Secret, though, they're looking for an approach to take it to, like, you know, just in case they make it to the late game stages. Medusa versus Sven, very good versus that. But, you know, VP, I really like this Invoker last pickup, not only for the Sunstrike setups, but even going toward that late game, if he does get, you know, he's going to be able to use the EMP, and the EMP is incredibly good versus Medusa later on in those stages.
Good. Yeah. And the fight they'll have around it as well is going to be pretty devastating. So Secret definitely, you know, they do have that window that they can play towards. And, of course, it does require them to keep the action pretty hot here in the early game. And already a smoke up to the top lane. YapzOr and Puppey
solo.
Seeing if they can get some sort of a wraparound with the smoke. Yeah, already coming off. Puppey still has the cover of it, but they're going in on 3 heroes. With the Shadow Word already out, healing up Lil. They do surround Solo, and that's definitely the easiest one to go for, and they should get him, and they do. The stick charge is not enough to save him, so they'll take apart one piece of the lane, but now in comes the stuns in return. The Storm Hammer into the crush from Lil. Takes down one. YapzOr, again, though, with the cogs, trapping them up. But they don't quite have enough follow-up damage. Lil does get put down very low. But Ramsey stays strong and will be able to remain in the lane and continue to farm.
Pasha got a solo kill, actually, on KheZu. He just ran him down with double Ion Shell. Yeah. Pretty impressive stuff, actually. KheZu getting that like level 1, having the level 1 stun actually hurts him a lot in the lane because he's not able to throw the mana burns early out. So he gets at level 2, but then he doesn't have the carapace early on mid lane.
And look at this in middle. Mid 1, he's diving towers and picking up kills.
The haste rune.
It's a strong one. Top lane, YapzOr again being surrounded. And will be able to get himself out with the Cog and TP play.
Oh, so that was lucky that no one dies there, because otherwise he might actually have a Sunstrike through the cleanup YapzOr there.
That's true, yeah.
So that was...
Yeah, would have had the levels on it as well, I think, for the damage. Yeah.
Good dive there coming out from Mr. Mid One.
Yeah, mid lane CS 21-21. Even Stevens, bottom lane. A slight edge for Pasha in CS, but definitely the fact that he got that kill, putting the Darkseer in a very good position. Puppey grabs an Invis. That's level 2. See if he can do anything with this one. I believe Lil may have had eyes on him picking it up. Or may not, actually. Lil is going to continue to move over, and Puppey, with full information on this movement, keeps eyes on him and follows him down.
Ramsey's doing great in this top lane, though. So 23 CS to the 12 on the Medusa. So MP's struggling a bit in that one, even though they are getting like a couple of kill trade-offs and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, the Warlock's certainly making the difference here. You know, as we said, one of the strengths of having the Douche up here, can spam the Snake out, does a fair bit of damage after the bounces, but they've got the constant sustain of that heal. And it's allowing Ramses to just stay in lane and be very, very confident with his positioning when he goes for the creeps. Not feeling too scared at all. And yeah, of course, with all this attention elsewhere, it means this mid lane is going to remain pretty static, it feels. Other than, obviously, as we saw with the Stray, a positive good rune found by one of the mids, like mid 1 getting a kill.
Top
the
lane
CS
again.
is going to be close.
Yep, sort of finding Solo in the back.
Yeah, this is the hero they've got to find each time to really break apart this tri lane. They have to bring down the Warlock, and then they can try and move along for more. But most of the time it's just the 1 kill, but the 1 kill, that's enough. You know, as long as Secret are getting kills out of this lane, they're going to be happy, especially when MP's picking up the final touch on it.
Ramsey's getting gone on as well. Got Upheaval.
And actually, with that stun into the Upheaval slow, YapzOr's going to be very much slowed down. Is it going to be enough? Ramsey's thinking about chasing. Doesn't quite believe in the strength of the Shadow Word heal enough to go too far in on this. MP and Puppey still in the neighborhood. So, Secret keep themselves alive on this top lane. KheZu halfway through level 5, so once he hits the 6, definitely something to watch out for. You know, certainly if you add an Nyx Assassin to that fight on the top lane, you could get multiple heroes. Lil?
Same thing with the Ember. Ember is now 6, or he's actually level 7 too, and he's got a TP, so he can actually join
Laquoi's fan again.
those lanes quickly.
He got a kill last time he got one of these. He's got a haste rune in his bottle as well.
Oh wow, he gets another one?
And they know that Lil came around here.
Yeah, the range creep actually saw him.
Doesn't look like he's going to leave the lane and hunt from the mid 1. He's more interested in just picking up this free wave as it comes in. As the Invoker has backed out towards the jungle, no one. Giving some space, in fact, for mid 1 in the mid lane. And no one there at the moment to really sap it up. Solo's making his way over, so... But yeah, again, they can't afford to have anyone in the lane, it feels. They've seen the haste rune in his bottle, and they say anyone that goes mid
Top lane Ramses again.
is potentially going to die.
He's going to get ran down.
Battery Assault is doing a good job at bringing him low, and he's gone. MP again. Oh, he's loving life now. May have not been getting the farm in terms of CS, but getting kills like that, as we see now, he's just slightly ahead of Sven, ahead of Ramses. There will be a wraparound from Lil though. Crush into the Shadow Word. Japs was pretty tanky on this clock, and will be tanky enough to get himself away. Puppy's there with the Ice Path to cancel the upheaval. Solo continuing to see if he can chase this down. Lil sprints forward, but there's the rotation.
Oh, he gets the chains on 2 creeps and not him.
Oh, RNG not on his side there. He
diving.
still wants to go for this. He goes forward with the Remnant Burst. The war cries out. The Yapsaw tanking the tower here. They've got to be a bit careful, Secret. The Stormhammer into the Sunstrike takes down Yapsaw. And Secret, just getting a little feisty there. We still sort of go for these sort of plays in game 1 where they do love to try and dive tier 1s early on as a team, but it doesn't always go to plan.
Yeah. Mid one with like maybe a slight like misclick, like sleight of fist chains, maybe chain then sleight of fist. I he just got really unlucky, I think. Honestly, he just got like the two melee creeps that were right next to him. Bit unfortunate, but then you see him. He tried to tank the Sunstrike.
Yeah,
split the damage. So you know he made the effort.
I'll tell you what. Look at this bottom lane. Pasha is he is miles ahead of Kezu in terms of how much he's getting from this.
Farmed I think a triple stack at the hard camp.
Yeah.
That was the big thing that you have to emphasize on doing as a Darkseer when you're playing those kind of 1v1s. You have to just over efficiency them, and he's got like 2 levels on top of him.
On top lane, look at this. Mid one's still hanging around. He's playing around with Ramses. Oh, yeah, Stormhammer to hold him back, but Ramses is actually going to get chased down here. Mid one moves forward here with the Remnants. Ramses brought down very, very low. Solo has the Shadow Word heal. Mid one looks for the easier kill.
Lil tanks the gank for him. That's like such a bro play right there. Just like,
says, I'll draw him away from you.
Yeah.
You keep running.
Good rotations coming out from mid one though. He's actually going to be able to claim this tower nice and early, and that hurts Sven. You know, taking the early safe lane tower, I think now in this patch is actually even more important than it used to be, because now you have access points in the jungle used to be big, but now shutting down Sven's access to his own jungle is even more massive, because Sven needs that jungle. That is a hero that you want to be playing with like an item ahead over anybody else, even though he's gotten those buffs in the last recent patch.
And it'll be interesting to see how each of the playstyles is going to play off in terms of the 2 mid lanes. So mid one's been making his movements, getting the action, but that of course has freed up the mid lane. To the point where no one was able to get an 8-minute Midas. So he's getting a very quick Midas on this Invoker because of that space. Yeah, and now Lil's getting a chance to soak up some levels as well.
He was already doing pretty damn well, though. Like,
he was.
No one is. I think he's one of the best ones in that matchup. Every time the Flame Guard comes out, he just tornadoes it, and then he's able to like farm versus it. And yeah, he just resorts to jungle with alacrity. That's where he gets even more farm than the mid lane anyway. And then yeah, like you said, he can give up the lane to his Slaughter, which is much needed. As Brax did touch upon, VP's momentum will be gained heavily once they do have that Slaughter Blink Dagger, which they definitely need. Kezu on the prowl for no one here.
I mean, on his own, not. Yeah, it shouldn't be enough damage. I mean, it would be close.
They scanned him.
Yeah.
No one felt like something was up. He has the raindrop too, but you know that's just the safest kind of play.
Yeah, Pasha, of course, en route to have a very good timing on the mechanism this game, which is certainly going to make the difference against Secret's lineup. And I imagine as well, with his build in the Dark, so you go mech straight into the Pipe for your team, because Pipe is just going to be so huge against Secret's lineup, sure.
Pipe is very good this game, but I tend to see Pasha go for like the blink kind of combo thing.
Okay, go for the aggressive.
He might even, I think this game maybe we might even see like a 4-step come out because he's versus a Clockwork. I think there's a lot of different possibilities.
Mid one's had some good runes this game. You know, a couple of haste runes has resulted in some action, and now with the Invis rune scouting out VP, but VP do have a sentry down, so mid one does have to be careful if he sweeps back around this area. He's keeping himself just out towards the side. He's going to come back down now, still on just on the outskirts of that sentry. The rest of them come through, and there's another sentry down, so VP, they know what's up. Can they try and turn this? They, of course, don't yet have the level 6 on the Warlock, so they'll just avoid the movement from Secret and make sure they don't get caught out from it. Bottom lane, though, Puppy having to TP straight out. There's Pasha, bullies him out of the lane.
Interesting. We have no one going for the Yule Scepter this time around, it looks like, instead of the 4-step, even though he's versus Clockwork.
Okay.
He wants to be able to purge off that Mana Shield, or the Ember Flame Guard, and just have himself that little bit more mana sustain. And does he switch it? No, he's okay. He's still going for it. I was pretty sure he's still going to go for Yules. Seems like a pretty good item this game.
Definitely the focus on, as you said, and as the panel said, Lil and that Blink Dagger. And he's still got a bit of a way to go.
Yapsor.
Quite a way to go.
Staring at Pasha bottom. Mid one making the rotation down as well.
Certainly look to set something up here. It is a tricky catch, but as long as he's the one to get the jump and all, okay, there we go. If he can land this hook shot, I mean, Pasha's trying his best to duke it out, and it's too much. Very nice movement there from Pasha, as YapzOr just doesn't, it doesn't feel that he can get the right angle.
Yeah, the surge movement speed just makes it very, very tough.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't want to like hook into the tower pretty much area, because that's when you can actually get turned on. How's Solo doing? Does he have his level 6 yet? He's very close. He's got the tome queued up as well. And now Ramses has kind of recovered pretty much. He's got the Mask of Madness finished up, and he did clear a big, he cleared a big ancient stack just before that to finish it.
I mean, I guess the question is, 12 minutes in, do you feel that Secret did find enough from the laning stage to feel confident with taking this lineup onto the mid game?
I think they're doing all right. You know, they shut down, they forced the Slaughter and the Warlock to be staying in that top lane, and they heavily pressured the Sven, but
middle tower is under attack.
and they're actually like pressuring towers too. So I would say like, yeah, it's a pretty good approach right now.
Yeah, they're hitting the timings they need to. Secret.
Yeah. I think like the runes have been a big testament to that one. For
Solo, he will be found out by YapzOr, but this is definitely a bit of a tanking the gank here. As Secret was smoked up and ready to wrap round behind that tier 1 in the middle lane.
Standard Solo.
So Solo gives his life for the better of the team.
Yep. But they are going to be able to claim a mid tower, and MP also purchases up the Mask of Madness on the Medusa.
Aye.
This is an old build that I've seen people like theory craft a lot, like before when Medusa was around, even before it got buffed up.
It was, I mean, it's always
worked.
You know, in the time when everyone's going for like Manta Lincolns, this is an item that actually for the price, it's just much more efficient one in terms of farming and pushing lanes and fighting.
It got buffed
yeah,
heavily.
And it got buffed.
So.
Oh, top lane, they do find the opening here onto Ramses. Reaction will come through from Lil. Is it going to be enough to save the Sven? Ramses pops the stick charges, and he's just a little bit too big. That extra strength from the God Strength helping him out, and Lil, again, being a bro, saving the Sven. Ramses is out of there. A hookshot is coming in, though, from YapzOr on the back lines, and he's caught out Solo. Solo being kept back by the battery assault. Pasha pops the mech, drags YapzOr away from the Warlock with the vacuum. Surge is there as well, and Pasha taking Solo out. And I tell you what, already we are seeing VP just playing nicer as a team. The little cute players are coming out that's keeping them alive against Secret's aggression. And there we have it. Yule's done on no one, as you said. His choice of sort of having a save this game.
Yeah, having
but something that can also be used offensively.
Yep, his own protective kind of thing versus their lineup versus the Clockwork, and it does look like Pasha queues up the 4-staff right away after the mech. Just I mean, versus the Clockwork, it's very expected to have at least a couple 4-staffs. Yeah.
Bottom lane, tier 1 very low. VP ready to push. Secret are actually bringing in people to fight for this.
They're grouped up for this one. Do they have Sentry?
Oh, Lil's been spotted out as well by KheZu here. He could be taken down very quickly at the start. Remnant forward. They've trapped the Slardar. He does get the chance to crush. Tries to slither away. It's not going to happen. The tower will still get taken down by no one. And VP's best play now is to just get the hell out of there. They've lost the Slardar, but they get the tower.
They've got the Warlock Rock, though, so they do have the big team fight.
And they do have the Yule setup. But again, it's no one just poking and prodding there. Sends KheZu up into the air, not going to commit himself. Spike Carapace coming out. Ramses can wait this out and then follow back in with the stun, and there we have it. As soon as the Spike Carapace is gone, they drop the Meteor down. YapzOr comes in with a 2-man hookshot, allowing for the triple Remnant Burst to come in, bringing them down low. They've found the Darkseer. They'll pick the Warlock up as well. No one just goes straight for the TP out on the sidelines. Ramses trying to fight up with the God Strength, and there, the crush, the control onto YapzOr. They'll take the clock. MP spotted out here by the Corrosive Haze. Can Lil and Ramses chase this down? They've got the Slither, Puppy Law on the mana. Can they actually keep them off? MP is pops the Mask of Madness. The Sunstrike connects the Ice Path. Still buying some time. He gets to the shrine, and they're not going to go for that. VP will respect the heal, back off. So a bit of a scrappy fight there. You know, Secret do get a couple.
Beautiful hook shot from YapzOr, grabbing those 2 heroes inside of it.
Yeah, sets up really nicely for mid one's damage.
Yeah, and they get stone gazed right afterwards, so MP actually is able to do like increased damage as well.
Of invisibility.
Yeah, so they did lose the tower.
They did lose
but
the
tower.
But
they take a fight. I mean, it's definitely not a fight you can say is the easiest win for Secret. Well, okay, if they pick up a solo kill like that, I'll take it. YapzOr actually finding Lil.
He just, he just TP'd to the shrine and got him inside the battery assault cogs, okay.
Easy kill there for the clock.
That's really, I mean, that's very painful for VP, though.
They need to have that blink.
He is nowhere even close to it. And they're just keeping all the moves. Secret just on the constant aggression. No one now getting gone on.
Invoker. He's gone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, VP. Falling apart there in a couple of plays. A couple of big pickoffs there for Secret to find. Solo kill for the clock, and then a couple of them killing off the Invoker. And
Oh, he gives his team the well
he
played.
gives his team the well played.
They're having trouble, you know, like dealing with this constant aggression coming out from Secret. Like they having that like tri-lane aggression power from the beginning on.
Yeah.
It's just really hurting the supports on the side of VP, which are the big starters of the fights. Like Slaughter really needs his Blink Dagger. Now they have to wait for the Warlock Golem again, 40 seconds before they can really take another big fight. Invoker is, how far is he? I mean, he's only got one of the pieces of toward that Aghanim, so his teamfight potential is also quite limited at this point.
Yeah, they just got to wait out a little bit more time to get those arms online, VP. How's Ramsey's looking as well? What's he going for after the Mask of Madness?
It's just the SNY standard.
Okay.
Yeah. He is, I mean, his farm is okay, but it's not where you want to be as a Sven. You want to be ahead, especially if you're versus like a Medusa kind of lineup, and MP's going straight for Scotty.
Okay.
After that,
Mask of Madness, Scotty. I like it.
Yeah, the kiting versus Sven is very important, so I think that's like the main reason to have that one this game. And yeah, of course, it makes him a little bit tankier, but the kiting I think is the bigger thing. Solo now in position. Smoke gets broken. They know Kezu's around, but they do not have money for reveal.
Yeah, Kezu just getting all the info for the side of Secret. And they'll surge no one, but again, it's hard for VP to really get a jump in. They need almost certainly, it's just like a tornado for no one to buy a sort of setup for the vacuum wall combos to come through. And they have brought everyone back up here. So VP do want to try and take this fight. I mean, at the least they want to make sure that Secret don't get away with a tier 2 tower. Surge forward from Pasha. Puppy's been spotted out. Lil lands the crush, but still it's just one. They back away. They're time with this Kezu. Sorry, Yapsor goes for the hook shot. Traps Ramses, but there's the time, and then my goodness, the vacuum wall comes out onto 4. Do they have the follow-up damage though? No, because the instant stuns are coming out onto Pasha on the front lines. Ramses now comes across, chops down 1, and MP falling low on the mana, but he has the stone gaze. The copwood back, and he actually stone gazed the Sven. Ramses committing too hard and allowing himself to get frozen up. And even though, I'll tell you what, that combo onto 4 looked beautiful, it just didn't do enough damage. I guess with a flame guard up, with the mana shield on the Medusa, these two cores don't actually take that much from that initial burst.
They're just very durable. They don't even need the mechs at this point just because of the mana shield and everything like you're mentioning. They don't have a Slaughter Blink, so they don't have like the instant combo for the initiation. And there's actually no Fatal Bonds level, so they don't have that, like the little extra bonus coming out from that one. Ramsey's got like 2 or 3 swings in. He did like a decent chunk of damage there during that, but look at the difference. It's 908 Sven damage in comparison to the 1500 coming out from Medusa, 1500 from Clockwork. Yapsor just finding all the opportunities. This is support Clockwork, and look, he's ahead of the Nyx Assassin again, 5,500 net worth. He is finding perfect opportunities of initiation.
I feel like as well, looking at a fight like that, I wonder if we'll go, you know, we'll see Ramses get like a blink after the SM. Because say if he was in position to really capitalize on that vacuum, get a 4-man stun, then things certainly could have been quite a bit different. But I mean, he was just a little too far away.
He might have to because of how far behind Lil is. He's like, well, you're not getting the blink. We need something to follow up.
He says, well, someone has to get a blink. Someone has to get a blink. Because without the blink, the team fight is just it's slightly disjointed, and you can't have that against Secret's lineup. You've got to have that full wombo.
I mean, this is what we were talking about though. Like Secret's their strength. Yeah. With their magic damage, if they come out well into the lanes,
this is their time of the game.
This is it. Of course, Medusa scales super well later on, as well as Ember Spirit, but with this magic type burst versus the Sven, it's perfect. Like the dual breath, liquid fire on him, his attack speed gets slowed so much. Even with the Mask of Madness, it gets hindered a lot.
And a really nice itemization as well from Secret, you know, having Puppy build the Veil, and then mid one is allowed to just go straight for the Maelstrom.
Wait, Puppy's got a whole Veil?
He's got a whole Veil.
Brown boot into Veil. Okay, cool.
And Solo caught out up top. Yapsor, Kezu, and MP. Find the Warlock hanging around. He's down. And Secret, yeah, they are... As we said, there were sort of questions about their draft. There's definitely going to be issues if it goes later, and if the Sven gets a BKB, but Ramsey is still a long way away from that. As we said, may feel the necessity to go for other items above it.
It's issues
they've got a really good... They've just got... 20 minutes in, they have got a lot of magic damage.
Yeah, it's issues if the Sven was like ahead though, but he's like a full 1200 behind the Medusa. So Medusa versus Sven is pretty damn good. But you know, I think a lot of it's going to be on no one as the Invoker. Like he's already got the Aghanims finished up.
And he's getting good levels.
And he's getting good levels. If once he gets that AMP going versus the Medusa, it's going to actually have a huge effect versus all of the heroes on Secret Strat.
And I like this as well from him. You know, Ags straight into BKB.
Yeah.
He knows. You know, they know BKB's what you're going to do, Secret.
Yeah.
But they've got to get there. And Secret at the moment are not looking to let them get to that place. You know, Secret are keeping the pressure on. How they're doing in terms of towers? It's just the bottom lane that's still got the tier 1 and tier 2s. Is that an observer ward up top? Yeah, it is. Yeah, tier 2's going on the top lane, of course, and bottom lane. Stormhammer into the Sunstrike.
Gets him.
Yeah, mid one hit away from falling. And yeah, in fact, comes back in hunting. Knows that he could try and set something up for a reaction to come in.
I like that though. Ramsey's already trying to get
combo
aggressive.
time in the middle lane. Is it enough damage? One more touch. Yes, it is. Bring him down.
Max exort with Aghanims.
That's a lot of punch. Here we go. Yapzor again. Look, he's found Lil. And Lil, that Blink Dagger is certainly becoming a bit of a pipe dream for the Slardar.
It really is.
It's constantly being set back.
They need to win, like, they need to try to get him involved in like one big fight.
Ramsey's got to be careful. He's out on his own. He tries with the TP, but the chains are there. Ramsey's. Oh dear. And in comes, he's going to be a goner. He throws out the Stormhammer, but the Spike Carapace is there, and Ramsey's, he'll try his best to run. He can run, but he cannot hide. As he gets caught out all alone there on a very bit of YOLO farming there on the solo Sven.
All right, no one. It's on you, buddy.
He's got to pull out quite a performance on this Invoker.
He's got to try to bring his teammates back.
Yeah,
like,
he's got the tools to do so. Level 18. Yeah, MP Scardy complete. Looking for the butterfly next. Just, yeah, absolutely makes sense in terms of what Secret need for this stage of the game. If he gets that butterfly complete, you know, these pushes are going to be absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. Lil, I think, has to, I don't even know, he has to try to recover some point. He had jungle or something like that, because
do you even just say at this point, just get a 4-staff instead?
I was kind of contemplating it, but
is the blink that important?
That instant disable, that instant like follow up with the vacuum is just way too important.
Yeah. Well, looking at Ramsey's, he's picked the, is he queued up the BKB? Because I'm assuming he will go for the BKB. But, I mean, he could still go for something like an Echo Saber as such. We'll see.
Hopefully the BKB.
Yeah.
Especially because they're at a deficit. They have to kind of, I think they need to win a fight. They need to win like 1 or 2 fights and get this damn blink on the Slardar. Like, it's so important for their fighting.
Oh, here we go. If they can get MP with the start of this, that'll be huge. EMP will connect, knocks his mana down to half. On the sidelines, though, mid-1 does get stunned up. The Ice Path comes through solo, will drop the golem. They're looking to try and finish off mid-1 and they'll bring him down. That's the Ember Spirit out. Now VP, they're the ones in the stronger position on this fight. Yap's still hanging around for the sidelines. Stone Gaze will be popped. VP back up for the time being. Kezu, see if you can find any sort of stun to hold VP back for ball. VP want to continue chasing. No Shrine available here for Secret. MP down to about a 3rd mana. No one with the Yule Scepter and the Ice will ready set up the combo, but Kezu's there with the Sky Carapace, and they just turn, yeah. He's gone a little bit too deep. I think he's forgotten the rest of his team can't run across as quick as he can. And the Invoker's out and down. No one's gone. Lil, stunning up Yapsu, just has to get himself away, and VP just coming in with an incredibly broken chase down that cost the Invoker's life. Pasha will be fortunate enough to get away with the blink, but meanwhile, deep in enemy territory, Lil is chased down by Yapzor. And that was just maybe a frustration play from no one. He knew that he could close the gap, but he just forgot that the rest of his team, they don't move around at a bazillion move speed when they're with the Ghost Wall.
Yeah, it does seem like there's some like communication and stuff like just a little bit off the mark for VP this time. They do, of course, like I think getting the big kill bounty there on the Ember Spirit was great. I think that they could have just like kind of chilled out and just gone back to farm afterwards. But they just seemed like they had different plans. Like we saw Ramses and Lil going for the clockwork, and then no one runs into the other 3 heroes, so they just got completely separated. Now, oh man, Ramses.
He's a goner. He really is surrounded by 3. There's no escape for him once again, getting caught out on his own, trying to look for the farm. It's, yeah, something's not right in the VP camp. It's just falling apart there. They're going off on their own thing, and
Another hook
mid
shot.
lane, yeah, Yapsor again straight in onto
I mean,
Solo.
that is also the thing. Yapsor is getting like beautiful hook shots at every single one of these
amazingly,
moments.
and mid one's aggression as well on the Ember Spirit, one of his best heroes, just jumping in, clipping, and in fact with the Spike Carapace, they might even kill no one. He's going to use himself up, and they'll surround him in the cogs, and he's dead. I think that this game might even be borderline over if VP continue to just tilt out and fall apart like this. They just don't have a chance. Look, the scribbles coming out on the map by no one. This game has just gone horribly down south for VP. I think, you know, maybe at the start they may have felt confidence in the draft, but Secret just showed us how well they could win this early stage to the point where it doesn't matter if BKB's ruin you, because you're not giving the enemy team a chance to get to that point. You really aren't. At middle lane, the Rax is taken down. VP with an 11k gold deficit against Secret at this stage.
I mean, it's definitely a frustrating game. Like playing versus the Clockwork, playing versus the Knicks, like no one's getting hunted down, and they don't really have a good way to respond.
Where'd you farm?
Every time they walk out, they get this happen to them. They just get ran at.
And with that stun into the ice path, can they actually get Ramses out of here? No, with a hook shot like that, he is gonzo. They'll lose Ramses. Lil falling low as well. They just tap out. GG. It's too much.
So Secret have secured their position in Atlanta.
Yeah, I said I'd take my prison hat off. I'm taking it off right now.
Can I take it off too?
I'm taking my prison hat off to Secret there.
Well.
What a performance.
We gotta wait till it goes back. But yeah, no, that was
just great.
Very clinical performance. The aggro tri lane worked
that was amazing.
beautifully. They didn't